Hello, my name is Father Dennis Gill, and I'm a priest of the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, and I'll be presenting 5 sessions on the liturgical role of the deacon in various celebrations of the sacred liturgy. This is a summary of our course. This course, the liturgical role of the deacon in various celebrations of the sacred liturgy, presents the liturgical role of the deacon in general and at Mass, including several other related topics, and his role in the celebration of baptisms, marriages, funerals, and Eucharistic rites apart from the Mass. Allow me first to give some very important points of introduction. The first is this: the deacon is a sacred minister with specific liturgical roles that are guided and governed by the liturgical books. The second, the deacon is not the alternate to the priest. The reason I make this point is because this is a popular perception on the part of many, especially when it comes to the celebrations of the liturgy when a deacon is presiding. So again, the deacon is not the alternate to the priest. At times, the deacon can carry out rites typically carried out by the priest. Even so, he does not act in the headship of Christ. Third, when a deacon celebrates the sacred liturgy, or more importantly for today, when he presides over certain sacramental rites, he does so on behalf of the Church in the servanthood of Christ. And finally, the liturgical role of the deacon gives shape to an unambiguous theological understanding of the deacon. The deacon's role at the altar flows from his duty to proclaim the gospel and to be of service to the people. His proclamation of the gospel and works of charity underscore all of his liturgical actions in the celebration of all the liturgical rites. So with those 4 points of introduction, I would like to look now in this first session at the liturgical role of the deacon in general and during the celebration of Holy Mass. Since the time of the Second Vatican Council and its intended reforms for the celebration of the sacred liturgy, the role of the deacon and the presence of the deacon is much more obvious and frequent than prior to the council. And this is especially so in our country with the restoration of the permanent diaconate. The principal place for us to look to understand who the deacon is and how he acts liturgically is the general instruction of the Roman Missal. And in a very succinct way, in Article 94, this is what we read about the deacon. The deacon is presented after, of course, the bishop is presented and the priest. Number 94. After the priest, the deacon, in virtue of the sacred ordination he has received, holds first place among those who minister in the celebration of the Eucharist. For the sacred order of the diaconate has been held in high honor in the Church, even from the early times of the apostles. At Mass, the deacon has his own part in proclaiming the gospel, from time to time in preaching God's word, in announcing the intentions of the universal prayer, in ministering to the priest, in preparing the altar, and in serving the celebration of the sacrifice, in distributing the Eucharist to the faithful, especially under the species of wine, and from time to time in giving instructions regarding the people's gestures and postures. That particular summary of who the deacon is and what he does, we will see as not just for the celebration of Mass, but would guide what the deacon does in every liturgical celebration, especially when he's assisting a priest.